Hello, 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 hello. How are we all doing today? Hope we're all doing well. Without further ado, let's get immediately started on the grass work, because I know how much you guys love watching me windrow and bailing. Hello, Simulator Yuso, aka Finnish Farmer, EJ Gaming, and I'm using Reshade, by the way, to answer the question you left in the comments of the second to last video. Traf, Yanis, Hayden, I've seen you in there. Matt Flynn, how's my day been? Lazy. Been having a bit of a lazy day. I woke up at 11 o'clock this morning and I've done basically nothing. I've played some Project Cars and been on TeamSpeak for a quick bit, and that's about it. I've not looked at any of the maps from the the Mod Mania yet. I'll probably look at them tonight, and my opinions will stay private because, in the interest of fairness, really, I'm keeping my opinions private. Because I don't want to influence the public vote by saying, "Oh, I think this map is great." There's some interesting ideas for sure. Well, I think in the UF19 screenshots, the ones that came out the other day, they're really nice. They're really interesting. Big difference in the game. It really does look like it's going to be DirectX 11 now, or at least DirectX, as opposed to OpenGL, which it has been for freaking ever. Hello, Piotrek Jozda. You hear I'm a guest judge for the map, you hear correctly. Which is why I'm intentionally not on any of the Mod Mania maps. And I won't be until the competition's over. So before anybody asks, no, I'm not going to touch them publicly until the competition's over. You guys all know that I'll be looking through every map privately. And scoring them, which is kind of scary. That I actually have a say in something, but I'll be looking through them privately, scoring them, handing my scores over to FSUK, and I don't know how they're gonna work the results in terms of like what you guys will see, but I'll know what scores I gave various maps. I'll write them down somewhere. I'll be making spotlight videos. No, again, the whole fairness thing comes into it, because I don't want to be giving public opinions on the maps. As a judge, I don't think it's fair if I go out there and say, oh, this map's great and this one's not so great. I think it'd be much better, because like, I want to be Switzerland in all this. I want to be the neutral guy who doesn't have any public opinions. For once. I don't for once in my life, I'm going to be the guy that doesn't have a public opinion on something. And it's just the way that I'm looking at this. I've been saying it to Landy for weeks, because, fun fact, I've known that I was going to be a judge for weeks. I was asked weeks ago about that. How goes the judging? I've got the maps downloaded. I was going to have a look at a couple of them today before the stream, but then I changed my mind and played some Project Cars instead, because I wanted to chill out. I'll have a look through probably all of them tonight and get kind of initial opinions. There's definitely some interesting ideas on the go. Hey Bill, by the way. I've got until the 29th. Yeah, but if I don't do it like immediately, then I'm gonna forget. I would have done it last night only. Yesterday was one of those days where I just no. I recorded today's video and I was just like, well, that's enough farm sim for me for the day. I barely even edited the video. It took me like an hour to do it because I was just like, this is in Premiere, that'll do. I've got them all downloaded. I just couldn't be bothered looking at them last night. But you can throw the link in for anybody who just want to download the maps. From what I can see from the screenshots, they're all pretty good quality. What map would I suggest for a beginner wanting to do free play and farm sim? Whichever map you want. There's so many different maps out there that I couldn't give you a single recommendation. Like, if you want to keep it simple, something from Something on My Shoe 2. They've all got square fields, so you can use hired workers. If you want to play an American map, something by NLD Farmers. If you want to play a UK map, definitely have a look at Bullet Bill, Oxygendavid, Dusty Dave, Lancy Boy. There's no one map that I think you should play. And there's Irish maps out there as well, there's Canadian maps, there's Eastern European maps. It's impossible to say, you know, oh, this is the map you should play if you're new to the game. Once you've played through the Giants maps, you basically have a good grounding in how the game works and how it will work. Maybe don't go for maps with a million scripts in them straight away. Because there are maps out there that are just... You're thinking more from a bigger point of view. You mean like a 4X map? I generally don't recommend playing 4Xs because they have a horrible habit of being... From a beginner point of view. In all honesty, like, Tazewell County, I guess, would be a good 4X. But from a beginner's point of view, it's whatever map you want to play. The game doesn't change between maps. Like, maybe you want to keep away from MR and stuff like that, and stuff that has like weird, funky scripts going on. But by and large, you know, a map is a map. At the end of the day, it's just kind of how the looks work for you. The mechanics won't change between maps. It's once you get into mods, it's all about the looks and the flow. So I'm not like I want to learn more of field work, work your way up to animals. Field work is really easy. Animals are actually easier. Like with animals, you need to do the field work anyway, and it's just, yeah, it just kind of happens as you go along that, oh, I've mowed some grass, well I might as well make that into silage, so you just go around with a forage wagon. Or, oh, I've made some hay because I've tedded the grass, so, oh, let's windrow it up and bale it. Or, oh, I've finished my wheat field, I've got straw now, let's bale it up and give it to the cows. The only animals that are a bit of a pain are the pigs, because the pig food is just a mess. But I've got a modded pig food mixer that, or modded pig food mixer that I tweaked to suit the way that I want it to work, so I can do it a bit more freeform. Hey, flat out, why has my phone just gone off? I've literally just started streaming. Who's messaging me? It was a Discord notification from a different server. That's fine. So that's all the windrowing done. Let's get this all folded up. And how's things? Things are good. I'm in a good mood today. Probably should have made a cup of tea before I started streaming, but oh well. By the way, if you're hearing crunching, it's because I got a pack of digestive biscuits right beside me that I really should just throw onto my bed like that. Because I wanted a snack last night and I didn't want to like grab a chocolate bar or something. So I grabbed a pack of chocolate digestives instead. Let's put this away. And I'm kind of tempted to get the Voltra, but at the same time not. Ordered GPU today, gonna get a Tuesday, very nice, Yanis. Hopefully there's no major delay on it. It's always a worry when you have to order something online, is that there'll be a delay, and especially if you want it ASAP. The delay makes you really angry. Not that that's happened to anybody in the stream this recently. Family Farm Cobra possibly. Oh, what? That's kind of sad. That's for anybody who didn't know, Bullet Bill did actually work on Cobra Farm for a period. No, I don't know if you still work there, Bill, but I know you did before. Hey, Blige. That happened to me by any chance? No, no, never. Definitely didn't happen to me last week. Yeah, that's... I can almost guarantee you will have no idea what to do when that happens. Because you get so used to it. There we go. I did leave the baler in the field, so we can just go grab that. Hello, Fahy. I was about to say, it's a bit of a shame you're not here, because I just put the windrower away. I'm gonna try and be neat. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna try at least. If you didn't watch this morning's video, we have swapped out balers. Public footpath going through field. Yeah. It won't be the same for you though. Okay, that's not that's not a good idea. Am I using Reshade? Yes. Yes, I am, Liz. Because it looks so beautiful. This music, however, is not. Next! So what I want to do today is... actually a few things. I want to get this field done, which we're nearly done anyway. I want to get Compost Master 1 emptied so they can run through the last of the grass that's in it. Yeah, it's probably a good idea, Bill. Also, I guess a bit of a spoiler alert for FS19 plans. Because I think people presumed that when you said you're not bringing Cobra forward, that meant there would be no Cobra. I'm still looking forward to the one Egypt that decides to convert Cobra, and most people do, yeah. But there's gonna be one fool who converts Cobra and races it on Modos or something, and it's just gonna be this horrifically bad map. And I'll be honest, if that happens, I'm going to find it, I'm going to download it, and I'm going to laugh at whoever did it. Because looking at how 19 looks now, it kind of looks like there might be trouble converting maps. And might not be the best idea. Aim and shame. That's all on you, Bill. You can do that if you want. I'm just gonna download it and run around and laugh at how badly converted it is, because those maps are invariably badly converted if it's not the original mapper. Oh yeah, old maps from like FS15 back. No, just don't bother. And there's even... I would even have a question mark about 17 maps, looking at how different the game looks. Hello, Axa How are you doing today? Every time I see Axa, I just think of car insurance. Just every single time. Blooming ads on TV constantly. Hey Nathan. Why is ScumHub banned? Because it's so bad. They have a habit of stealing, outright stealing mods. And just having zero respect for modders, but I found a little trick to get mods removed, especially if they're your mods. That I don't know if I want to share it or not, because that could be so easily abused by idiots. How's it going? It's going good, Nathan. Who are they? I'm not gonna promote somebody that I really don't like, am I, Tom? Like, I mean, no disrespect, but like, if I'm saying, oh, don't use this mod website, I'm not gonna name them, because, like, ScumHub, the hub bitch should give you a hint. Hey, Blackout. If I came across Tiger one day and never looked back, and I think there's a restraining order there now or something, after the whole stalking incident. What? Just why he abuses me. I think Cobra got a lot of people onto PC back in 15. I think scripts have got a lot of people onto PC in 17 because the frustration from console players is palpable with the whole Sony and Microsoft not allowing scripts. Mainly Sony, from what I understand. You decided to do one-to-one scale. Oh god! People are not gonna be happy about that when they discover what one-to-one scale is. Do I play Pure Farming? No. It's quite honestly down on arrival. If I'm completely blunt with you. It's a game that did not do the market research and tried to power through with just advertising instead of having, you know, innovation and stuff. It just kind of failed as a result of that. Hello, Matthew. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome one-to-one, but I can just imagine people jumping in and saying, "This looks a bit bigger than I remember it."
Hello, Dave. Is that Dave? Dave's there.
Ben Drifter 1, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. And I've mounted a bale. Come on, you can do this, Magnum. There's been an incident. There we go. Yeah, 1-to-1 means like it's gonna be perfect, but I know right now there's gonna be people who get confused because stuff's gonna be different, and they don't quite know how it's different. They would, like they'll know that there's something different, but they won't understand quite what. And that's what the fun bit is gonna be. Kind of going through some of the YouTube videos is gonna be like, this is different, but yeah. Hey, Nat Gunnels, by the way. You got this game on Switch. What's it like on Switch? I'm genuinely interested. What's this game like on Nintendo Switch? Because I know on console it's much the same as PC, but quite restricted. What's it like on Nintendo Switch? I'd imagine it's more restricted than console for sure. And from what I understand, there's no mods at all on Switch. Which is a bit of a shame. I think the Switch players get mods. I don't believe so, Drum Lover. I think you'll always be a fan of Cobra. I think I will be too, just because there's something about it that just keeps drawing me back. Really fun but different. Yeah, it seems to be the kind of the thing between different versions of Farm Sim is like they're fun but different. They work almost entirely differently. the reshade jokes. Good lord. Funny thing is, I do genuinely like Reshade. I'll be switching it off for specific stuff, like mod spotlights and stuff. There is actually a mod that came out today that I'd like to spotlight. Stops giants from being lazy, push the development forward. Not particularly. The thing about pure farming and any any game that's dead on arrival that tries to take on Farm Sim is that it just, and I mean no disrespect to giants here, it just reinforces the I don't want to say arrogance, but the idea that giants are the only company that can come out with a half decent Farm Sim that people like, and it kind of in a strange way increases their monopoly on the market. So I mean, I'd like to see a second game come out that is as good, so that there is a bit of a war between giants and developer X, whoever makes it. I don't care who. I don't care what it is. Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean that kind of says a lot. But I'd like to see a development war between giants and developer X, whoever that may be. I don't particularly care, because that'd push Farm Sim forward. It would create a lot of innovation in the market in a short time. Dev wars are always good for gaming. Unless it's Call of Duty against Battlefield, which they just straight up copied each other for, what was it, 10 years? Yeah, and like Yanis said, unless there's a game out there that really captures the imaginations of people and satisfies the market, Farm Sim's going to be on top, and pure farming just didn't do that. It kind of... it ignored what made Farm Sim great. It ignored mods for too long. It announced modding too late. I don't think they'll get modders in. And there's no multiplayer, which is, as much as I dislike it, a major draw for Farm Sim. Yeah, that was Soccer Mad 22. As well as that, I did see some of the graphics in GIF form, because I haven't watched a video of it yet. And like some of the particle effects are from basically for like FS13 spec. That's not a step forward, that's a step backwards and a big one. It's very hard to support a game that comes into the market and decides, let's go backwards 4 years. That's kind of what Pure Farming did. That's actually, Bill, that's now on the like update log. ETA is next week. For rebindable keys on a PC game. They launched a PC game without rebindable keys. They launched a game that's mostly about driving without wheel support. And there's no ETA on when it will have wheel support. They launched a farming game where sheep was a DLC and limited to one map. They launched a farming game with 5 different day 1 DLCs. That just shows that either they never did market research or they did and they've just completely disregarded it and have no respect for players. That's the drum over that is actually a really bad opinion. I had that opinion for a while, but Bill actually opened my eyes to the fact that, in fact, mods have opened Farm Sim up big time, especially mods on console. Because more and more people are going on console now and are saying, oh my god, this is amazing, but I'd love scripts. And do you know what those people are doing? They're buying PCs. They're getting into the PC side of things. They're, you know, picking up a PC, learning how to mod themselves. They're becoming modders. They're, you know, from consoles. They're becoming PC players, and they're pushing the game forwards themselves. And the limitations the consoles have actually means modders are going to innovate a bit more, because from limitations you get greatness. Hey, Yippa. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good, thank you very much. How you doing, dude? Hello, Clay Blunden. Like, it might sound strange, but the best thing you can do to a modder is limit what they can do. Because once you limit what they can do, in terms of, you know, limit what performance they can get it up to, well then they'll just push the boundaries of what's even possible. There was a point where Giants openly said, oh, Seasons just, it's not something we can do in the game. And then Realismus Modding came in and said, actually, here it is. There was a time when maps were just, if they ran badly, well, tough luck. Now we're at the point in the game, in the lifespan of the series as a whole, where maps are just, if they're not optimized, it's seen as a major negative. Oakfield, yeah, Oakfield back in FS13, 15 would probably run 15 FPS on most machines. The same with West Coast. I mean, there was only so much optimization that people did, because the warnings were always, well, I've got a 980, so tough luck if you can't run this. And I remember seeing those warnings on every map on FSUK. It's like, it runs fine on this graphics card, tough luck if it doesn't run fine on yours. And I think it's great that Giants have pushed modders to improve the craft of optimization, because it's allowing more people to play more maps. The best thing Giants could do is remove the bloomin' frame rate limit of 60. I know that you can't turn it off, but it destabilizes the game. If they got the game running at a stable 120, that'd be awesome, but that's maybe a bit of a pipe dream for now. Mainly because most monitors are still only 60 FPS, including mine. But it is a shame that, like, I'm not going to name names here. Some people who play on PC and do YouTube don't understand the game to the point where they thought it was a good idea to disable DirectX in FS17. And since they did that, they've been doing nothing but complaining about having frame rate issues. You know, they thought they were doing a brilliant thing because FarmSim wouldn't record in whatever program they were using, so they disabled DirectX and found that the OpenGL layer was not only still there but worked as a capture method, which great. And then all I've seen since then was this one person saying, "I'm getting bad FPS and I have this great computer and it's clearly the game's fault." No, it's your fault because you decided to cripple it. What's my thoughts on Seasons? Grass Bale's 2-day disappearing act? It's realistic. I mean, if you bale grass in real life, it doesn't magically stay there forever. It will eventually rot, and depending on how long you got your seasons set to in days, it kind of, it makes complete sense. Like if you got 3-day seasons. Every day is a month, so those grass bales are sticking around for 2 months before they rot away. So I mean, I see so many people complaining about the grass disappearing, and it's like, well, have you ever done grass in real life? Because it does that. That's a thing grass does. It's not this magical thing where once you cut it, it's there forever. It rots. It dies. It goes away. It's not plastic, it won't be around for 1,000 years on the ground. So I'm hoping to get these bales up and sold off, because I do want to get some money together. Having fun? I am. Here's the thing, is like, sometimes I sound like I'm whining and complaining, but I'm actually just talking. It's just the way that I talk sounds like I'm kinda having a good old rant. Where do I live? Ireland. And that's, well, County Tipperary, Ireland is all the information you're gonna get. I've had many people asking what town, but that's not something I'm gonna divulge. As much as I like having a face cam on streams, I do quite like my privacy, so it's not something you're ever gonna hear. Blige, that was a thing that was kind of planned at one point, and I don't know what happened to that idea, was that it would turn into manure or compost over time. And it just kind of, that idea just disappeared at some point or another. Because when it was, before the mod contest, it was something that we were kind of toying with Rockin'. I definitely don't want a stalker bill. Quite happy just sitting in my room being a potato. Also, I should mention, there might be a period where I've got to just run downstairs for a few minutes because one of the cats, my sister's decided needs to go to the vet. Today's the small animal clinic at the vet, so today's the day that it's good to bring the cats to the vet. And it's kind of a two-person job because the cat goes a bit mental if we try and put it into the travel box. So I might need to run downstairs at some point for a couple of minutes to do some cat wrangling. Your hay lasts so winter shaded in Australia. Well, yeah, but that's hay. That's dried out grass. The grass bales that disintegrate in seasons are wet grass bales. You got 5 cats? Nah, we've got about 13. 12, 13. We've got many cats. Too many cats, one would argue. And they've all been going through different bouts of sicknesses or lately. So we've got one that needs an iodine wash on its leg and goes mental when we try and give it to him. We got one that just likes coming into the living room and sitting down in a chair and falling asleep for several hours at a time. We don't mind that. We like him. And we got the one that I was downstairs earlier for about half an hour or 10-15 minutes trying to get it to eat some ham, and I just didn't. Look, the cat lady from Simpsons. Except we started off with one cat. We started off with one cat, and then one kind of showed up in the back garden pregnant, and we were like, oh, well, we better take care of this. And the original cat died last year. Hey, Landy. And then the one that was pregnant, we think is pregnant again, or one of her daughters is pregnant. We're 90% sure. And it's gonna start again. We're gonna have even more cats. But this might sound cruel. If they get to like a year old, then we'll start really keeping an eye on them and keeping them as healthy as we can. But if they die when they're like little kittens, newborns, we just kind of rule that down to nature. Because it's impossible to take care of like a full litter of kittens properly when the cats are kind of protective of them. Meow simulate. I forgot to do this. Whoops. There we go. Could sell them. We could. We're trying to rehome them for free. I don't like the idea of selling kittens. Like if somebody comes along and we think they'll be good with, or we know they're good with cats and they like the cats and the cats like them, then we'll give them a kitten. Or one of the cats, as they are now. And that's us rid of the cat. In a humane and way that is moral. That we don't feel like we've just kind of thrown a cat to the dogs, I guess. And the funny thing is, my mother hates cats, but she's kind of warming to a few of them now. As much as she hates cats, she hates seeing animals suffer as well. Your vet was going to sell yours for 500 each until your mother stopped. Yeah, I think it's cruel to sell pets. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I know that you have to buy dogs and whatever and buy dog license, but I think it's kind of cruel to buy and sell animals as a whole. Especially like dogs and cats. Like, you don't buy a brother, you don't buy a sister, and pets are pretty much family members, so why is it they're the only family members you have to buy? Hey Chris, how am I doing? I'm doing good. Having a good day. Having a thoughtful day. I think I'm going off on weird tangents again, but meh. So be it. Yep. Oh, didn't flip. Now people are talking about siblings being bought. Dog or cat can earn your money. Kids will. I mean, you're not supposed to sell your kids, Gareth. Hey, simulating games. By the way, because I'm not entirely sure if this bug's been fixed, if you are like randomly banned from streams and you don't think you should have been, send me a message and I'll run it past some mods and see what the story is, if you were banned intentionally or if YouTube's decided to bug out and ban you at random. Prices on some dog breeds. I know boxers are like insanely expensive. Hey, Richie, by the way. By the way, did any of the mods actually watch the PSA I put into the admin room in Discord? The G.I. Joe PSAs. Because they are fantastic. Banned from Sim for saying hi. You wouldn't have been banned from Sim for saying hi. You probably spammed something or annoyed one of the mods. Because I know that the mods, unfortunately because of the way Sim's channel is with streams and how big his streams are, mods are a bit more tough on him. Or in the streams there. I know I am. I'm a lot more trigger happy with timeouts and bans in Sim streams than I ever would be in mine. Or Landy's for that matter. It's just kind of a scale thing. If you got 300 people in there, it's going to be a lot easier to ban somebody. Did I find my vape? Yes, it was under my bed in between a couple of boxes. It had apparently fallen off my bed at some point and just kind of rolled in there. Which, oops, that was the wrong button. We're up to 222,000 euro. So we're not running short on the cash monies. You said hi, YouTube glitched and banned you. Gareth, could you join my Discord? And send me a PM with your channel link, we can... Or... Yeah, send me a link with your channel. Or send me a PM with your channel link. I can have a word with Sim. Sim, if you're here! If you're here, simulate. Could you unban Gareth from your streams, please? Do I live with my wife? No. I don't have a wife. One child down tonight. Did you sell it? Did you sell your child, Witchy? Hey, Dal. Oops. You know my vape's back when I knock it and there's a giant bang. Gave him away for free. That was a silly idea. Do I live in a foster house? No. Are you asking this because of the boxes under my bed? They're storage boxes. I've got stuff that I don't need all the time, so I've got them in boxes under my bed. Hello, mighty Nancy. Like, I've got jeans that don't fit but that I want to fit. Stored under there. For some reason, a duvet. I'm not entirely sure why. Every time you chat, it just disappears in Civ streams. You could be using a blacklisted word, that's the thing. There's so much that could be going wonky in Sim stream, or in streams that could cause it. Late 20! Simulate! I'm 26! Mid-20s, please! Hey, VF. The little Lancashire farmer. This is the last of the bales at least. No, 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 no. There we go. And set. Disable cell. Right. Next job in the agenda. Is going to require this again. And it's going to require the dump trailer, which I can't remember where I put it. Oh, I remember where I put it. I look for it. Oh, thanks, Blackout. It's all post 25, it's all doom and gloom. Yeah. You love my videos? Well, thank you very much, Clay. I really enjoy streaming. Fun fact, I prefer streaming to making videos. I can do more with videos because editing, but I prefer streaming. So I need to go up and grab the dump trailer. I don't know why it's up here. I thought I was done with the potatoes. Oh, I did some more harvesting, that's right. But I will grab the self-propelled potato harvester and finish off the potato harvest because nuts to doing that all with the 2-row harvester. Life starts at 40, I ain't got far to go. Thanks, I think. Everybody's making fun of me. Everybody's being mean. $44 feel like 64. Oh, wow. Apparently, according to MR, potatoes are black holes. Because this is the fastest I can drive. This is top speed. Oh god, this is going to be fun. Alley-oop. That was a bad idea. That was a terrible idea. So what I need to do is I need to empty out that harvester and set it, and we'll get the self-propelled one at literally some point. But the next plan after this, because this is kind of an unplanned little excursion, the next actual plan after this is we're going to empty out the compost master to get that running again, to run through the last of the grass over on this side of the map, and we'll then get the second compost master on the go and sell off the first one. Should do face cam on my normal videos. No, that's a terrible idea. I don't feel like facecam adds anything to videos. I barely feel like it adds anything to streams, to be honest. It's just kind of a novelty thing for streams. You can see me scratching my nose. So, facecam in videos ain't gonna happen. Pure and simple. Doesn't it? I hate videos that have like face cams in, because you always feel like, and I kind of feel like this in streams as well, like you gotta react to things really exaggerated because oh my god, the camera. My face cam adds a touch for it. Thank you, Sid. Not as bad as your face cam would though. So that's that donezo. Right, off to the compost master. I was hoping that would ramp. That didn't ramp as much as I would have liked. The streams just wouldn't be the same without seeing me scratch every time I mention scratching my nose. Who needs gate posts? What you? That was only a glancing blow. It's fine. By the way, the Noiro mouse does not lift compost, annoyingly. I have tried. If you're wondering why it was shoved into the shed there, I was trying to lift compost with it. It doesn't work, annoyingly. What does work, however, is this, that, and this thing. Leave our front loader. I'm gonna actually... Okay, because I cheated in money to get the Noiro mouse, I'm gonna hold off on selling that for a second, but I'm gonna sell off the Kyler too. I'm gonna cheat money in, so I can cheat money back out. Because what I want to do is I want to sell the Noiro mouse. And then, because money cheats on, that money doesn't count. There we go. There wasn't a particular lever pack. It's a bit more bouncy, a bit more orangey yellow than the pale yellow. It seems that they've done a comprehensive physics change, which is kind of nice. And I still think there's stuff that needs to be tweaked, like the dirt texture is still, to be completely honest, a hot mess. Do you know, I'm gonna be very lazy here and just dump this out over the side, because there's 100,000 litres there's 100,000 litres need moving. It's easier to just pile it up properly. Would it be easier to edit the mouse to pick up compost? Yes, if I had access to the files, which I don't because it's DLC, so it's encrypted. Is there a new bucket? There might be, I don't know. I haven't actually looked through the pack yet. Hey, Jag. How's it going? It's going good. We are emptying out the compost master. It should start running in a second. It's now at 90-odd thousand litres. 94,000 litres. It should start running. See, Clay? Maybe conveyor belt. The thing about conveyor belts with this, Michael, is they tend to get a bit wonked. They get a bit confused by it. So I'd love to use a conveyor with it, but it's just not a good idea. %, full on the trailer. I might blip time into, yeah, let's just do 5x acceleration, just so that the compost starts working its way through again. Now we're going to be ahead of it, for sure. Glass Mega Pack looks kind of nice. That's the same one from the mod contest. It is really good. It was good in the mod contest. I can only presume they've improved it since. So that's something I'd recommend. I'm kind of wondering if this would be a smart idea or not, but I could use the big trailer that I've got for the grain to do this. Problem is, I probably need a bigger tractor to pull it. What's up? Not a whole lot, Gamer 7878 or 7878. Just kind of chilling out. We're emptying the compost master. Stop! Oh yeah, because I'm in reverse. It's a downside of drive control. If you're in reverse, then the brakes for forward gears don't work, and like vice versa, if you're in forward gears and going backwards, the brakes don't work. Which is a bit of a shame. Chilled Friday, yeah. It was a good chill stream yesterday on Euro Truck. I just want to have another semi-chilled stream today in Farm Sim. It's nice to just play the game and chat to you guys. Because I mean, I could go and do like a bunch of stuff, but this is stuff that needs doing. And I could do it off camera and be incredibly bored, or I could do it in stream and have you guys here to keep me company and keep me entertained and keep me from... And see, when I do stuff like that, that's really dumb. Yeah, man. Forwards. Forwards with the lever. It is a nice thing about stream. Yeah. Make fun, pointed laugh. That's pretty much all you do with me, Bill, isn't it? I'm still kind of tempted to just make this a giant pod and get a conveyor in later. But it is going to be close on 150,000, nearly 200,000 litres. So I don't know. Does anyone have a link to CD models anymore? No, because he threw a fit and deleted his Facebook page, which was the only place you could get the link. And all because he couldn't be bothered fixing his modelling. A very childish thing to do. Because Farm and a bunch of us had a look at the model in great detail of the Abbey that was the cause of all of this, and there were some very basic errors made with the model that were the entire cause of the problem. And he had a big fit. Have I fallen out with him? No. He had a big fit about, oh, my mods aren't bad. No, the models aren't great. The mowers, every time he made a mistake, he came up with an excuse for it. With every single mod. Like, the mowers weigh 9 tons, nearly 10 tons. And his excuse for that was, well, the physics wouldn't work otherwise. Which, no, I don't accept that, because the Giant's mower is much the same design and works flawlessly with a realistic weight that isn't 10 tons. It's a shame it looked good. I mean, I have the old version of the mower. I have a... Where's the mowers? I have the old version here. It weighs 10 tons. And, like, the easiest way to fix it would have been to give the mower really... Like, maybe insanely soft suspension, sure, but give the mower good suspension, up the grip coefficient of the tyres, and it would have been perfectly fine. But CD didn't want to do that, so he just made it 10 tons. So that it weighed itself down and doesn't work with most equipment. Hey, Channel 7740. CD did good with trailers. They have issues too. They've got issues with texture work. In 8340 was just that, yeah. That's the problem with when you decide that, oh well, the physics aren't doing exactly what I want with this thing. You know, done to a very basic level. I'm just going to make it 10 tons because that'll make it work. No, that's not how it works. The Red Rocks, the animations are way too slow. There's another trailer, I can't remember which one it is, that the tip anywhere just doesn't work particularly well. Like, if you want a good trailer, get the herps from Peter J. Get something from Peter J. There's so many other good mods out there. I find that some trailers are really low loading trigger. No. But then again, I'm trying to load it realistically, so I don't know. He was in another stream the other day. He came in here periodically. I don't know if he's going to want to anymore, because I'm more than willing to criticize him. trailer looks small for this tractor. I've seen T6s pulling stuff like this. I've seen T7s pulling stuff like this. It's a 14-ton dumper. It's going to be holding stuff that is very dense in real life. This is usually used for like manure and topsoil and potatoes in real life. So it's made to be reinforced and really heavy. So you'd need a bigger tractor to pull it. The Herons, I think the Herons have issues if I remember right. I can't remember what they are. But this little Herps trailer, this is a realistic setup that you would have in real life, is a reasonably decent sized tractor on the front. Because what you're putting into it's heavy. Trailer's fine. Yeah, trailer's pretty much perfect in terms of size. Here's the thing, if you want really top-notch mods, look at Peter J's stuff. Is my driver wearing a crash helmet? No, that's just a cap. Heron's empty are far too heavy. I mean, that's just CD's thing, is like he makes okay looking models with maybe too many polys. But the problem he had, and probably will always have, is that he doesn't understand how the physics of it all works. He falls flat on the technical stuff. You can never get the scaling right. There is actually a way to do it in Blender Blackout that you can get the scaling right. So I mean, there is a way to do it. I can't remember how it's done, but I can say with confidence there is a way you can ensure your scaling is correct in Blender. Hello, Martin's Photographs. How you doing today? I said that I've only got like 400 hours in Blender. I actually looked today. Oh, and Madfin, yeah. If you want to know what an expert level mod is like, wait until you see MadXJS DLC. I haven't even seen it myself yet, and I'm gonna say right now it's expert level modding. It's as good, if not better, than Giants quality. Because those T-dubs were Giants quality, and he wasn't happy with them. He's, I believe, planning on doing a V2 because he wasn't happy with how the T-dubs came out. With how many people love the T-dubs and have them ranked as pretty much their favorite mods, you might want to start getting worried about Blender through Steam. Yeah. And I know I've got about 100 hours outside of Steam in Blender as well. When's the DLC coming out? We're not sure. When the proposals were going out, well, when Matt and Team FSI were making proposals, the date they were planning was the 29th of this month. But it seems like the date's changed, because if they were going to come out the 29th, Giants will be promoting them by now. So we are presuming that the date has changed, and they've been moved back a bit in the year. We just don't know when. We're also presuming Team FSI will have a mod or a DLC to show for it all. Yeah, we gotta wait for Giants to announce the date. So any dates you do see are unofficial and guesses. Maybe. See, I wasn't gonna go that far, Bill, but I mean that could be why it's been delayed compared to what the news was originally with the proposals. Was the 29th of this month. Thought Matt said May. I don't know. Like, that's the thing, is like nobody actually knows what date until it's announced. The whole range. But you hardly mean like Fort Force is included way back to there. Or just the range from the like 80s. What are we talking about? A bit of everything. Have I seen the new Infinity War trailer? No, I don't tend to follow movies. I don't tend to care all that much about movies. Be nice. It would be nice if that happened, Yanis. And who knows? I mean, there's no. He loves his Fords. Oh, if that happens, then I will actually love him, because I do love the old Ford tractors as well. As much as I love the 135, and it is my favourite tractor, I do love the old Fords. Yellow Pain and Sons! Because like around here it was all Ford tractors for years before kind of New Holland bought them out. So it's a bit of a shame that you don't see as many Fords as I used to. Because everybody's gone and replaced the old Fords with New Hollands. Or replaced them with Classes, or replaced them with John Deeres, or just... And you kind of miss the white. I'm gonna pull forward with keyboard and mouse here because I actually want to get the Fiat in to do something here. You farmed in Fords? Yeah, I think the strength in mods is the older machinery. Because Giants kind of covered the new stuff pretty well. And there's just a real lack of good old tractors. It's all too shiny and new from modders, by and large. I'd love to see more people going out and creating, you know, Ford 8340s. I know that's in the game, but you know, Ford 8340s, stuff from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Because the game will always have one or two. It's Simulation for the Nation, by the way. The game will always have one or two just to starter vehicles, but there's never enough. Can sponsors delete comments out of interest? No. Sponsors just get access to the exclusive sponsor emotes. And they get around slow mode, which is set to 5 seconds anyway, so there's no real point to getting around it. But if ever I need to go into an extra long slow mode, I would be like promoting that as an advantage for the sponsors. Hey Lewis, how much today? I'm doing good. How you doing? 90s John Deeres would be great. As long as they're made to like good standards. There's Fahy with one of the new emotes. I thought you'd appreciate that one, dude. I figured that described the channel in a single picture. What year did New Holland buy out Ford? It was the mid-90s. I don't know what year it was exactly. Hey! You there with the name that I'm not going to say because I've just realized what it says. Just had dinner, very nice. I've not had my dinner yet. I think it's going to be chips and sausages today. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I want Matt's DLC to do well. Is like I'd love to see more old machinery in Farm Sim, and I'd love to see Giants have a crack at it. I know they did the the Farming Classics DLC in FS11, and then brought it out for free in FS13 and as a mod in FS15. But I'd love to see more of stuff from the olden days of farming, before it was all like computer-aided everything. Was it Matt who created the fake lizard T-dubs? I think somebody reskinned them as a joke and sent it to Matt. I'm not gonna say for sure that it was Matt, but I can see him. I thought so, John. 2450. Yeah. I mean, Matt's been quite busy. Too busy to make. Unfortunately, I guess too busy to make fun of himself at times. I'd love to see old stuff with a more rusty, worn feel. Yeah. I mean, it's easy enough to reskin them to look old and crusty, which is nice. I still want to have a go at crustifying the T-dubs a bit. As much as I love them, I want to kind of give them an older feel and make them feel like they've been kind of a bit abused. I just hope Matt's DLC does well, just for Matt. I mean, it's something that I'll be buying 100%. Like, that's a no-brainer for me because it's equipment that I absolutely want. It's an era that I love in farming, is the kind of the classic era now, as it is. I believe it's like primarily like 80s and 90s equipment, which is just yes. It's what I grew up seeing. Yeah, I think the entire British community will be promoting Matt's DLC as much as possible. Was that aimed towards Daggerwin, do I think? See, I know the answer to that question, I'm not going to answer it. It's up to Landy to answer that question, if he wants to. Yeah, he deserves that DLC to be like the best-selling thing for farming games in history. Like, he deserves that DLC to be bought by people who don't even own FarmSim. Faye, I don't know if Rope was included in this, but DLCs are currently on sale on Steam. If there's one you don't have. Just keep in mind, guys, that we do tend to hide jokes between ourselves and have private jokes. Is Matt's DLC out this month? Dunno. I have no idea. You know as much as I do in terms of Matt's DLC. You probably know, we both probably know as much as Giants do in terms of the actual release date right now. We're just kind of waiting on an announcement for Giants to find out what date it is. Are DLCs available in Instant? I believe they are, yes. I'm not 100% sure though. I know Euro Truck DLCs are. I don't know about FarmSim DLCs. You bought the Season Pass, Michael. Very nice. That's something that I wish PC had, was a Season Pass for the FarmSim DLCs, because that would have saved me quite a bit of money and hassle. Yeah, keep in mind, guys, that Steam DLCs only work for Steam versions. Whereas Giants DLCs will work on any version of the game. If you buy a DLC on Giants, it works through Steam. Would a CD DLC work with the Steam game? I don't know, Blash. I'd presume so. Yeah, it's something that was console only, Michael. So for all the complaining console people have over mods and whatnot, they actually saved quite a bit of money on DLCs. They've basically got one of the DLCs completely for free at this point. The one thing I will say is, I don't believe there's any confirmation as to whether the contest DLCs will actually come to console. I don't even... Season Pass on PC. Yeah, Bill, because I mean... As much as I don't want to say this, YouTube is my job, and covering the DLCs is part of my job. So it's nice to be able to save money where I can. And unfortunately that's just not possible with that bloody Season Pass. That's why I buy so many games on Instant now. It's not a service that I promote blindly. I use Instant Gaming myself because it's so cheap. We can add console players instead. I know! That's the thing, like... They complain so much about scripts. They got a Season Pass available to them. They could, you know, buy all the DLCs at once in advance, which myself and Landy were saying before the game came out, like, why can't we have this? It would be so convenient for us. Because we have to go out and we have to kind of save a bit of money aside. Just to make sure that we can afford the DLCs when it comes out. And it means that we usually have to kind of make decisions on, oh no, can't buy that because it's DLC for farms. Can't buy this one thing that I really like. It's really cheap right now, but I don't have the money because I need to buy the Farm Sim DLC. You're hoping FSI's DLC is good. I'm hoping it exists. Can I put something on its roof, please? Okay, hang on. You want something on a roof? Yeah, I think the best we can do right now is hope that the FSI DLC exists. There you go. I've put the bucket on the roof of the New Holland. Are you happy now, Jag 980? Something is on its roof. Careful what you wish for. I mean, he wasn't very specific. He just said, can you put something on its roof? I put something on its roof. He never even said you know, what roof to use, so I used the roof of the New Holland. Can I speak French, please? No. There you go, I spoke French. Matt, let people choose the tractors. Matt has been very community oriented. Yeah, at least I'm adding something that adds the ambiance of the tractor bill. I mean, every tractor needs a hat, and I decided that tractor's hat had to be the bucket. See you, Michael. But for anybody asking me to speak not English, simple answer is usually I can't. I don't know many languages. I'm not very good with languages. So it's much easier for me to speak English and just say, oh, I only speak English. One language that I 100% do not know is French. Has anyone else got a problem with giants not working tonight? What? Billy, I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to ask. The English only please goes to me as well. Like, I'll occasionally speak German when somebody comes in and starts talking in German. Am I going on holiday this year? I don't know. There's a few different things I could do for a holiday, but at the same time, if I go on holiday, it means that I'm not going to be able to stream, which means that I won't be able to make money, which means that a holiday would lose me money quite badly. Yeah, you know, it's one of my streams, and the sane option is putting a bucket on the roof of a tractor. Giants just keeps on crashing. Don't say sim for a holiday. That is a plan. That is something that I'd like to do, is go over and visit Sim and Landy, because they live relatively close to one another now. So like, it is something that I'd like to do. It's something that I could plan, but again, money comes into it. Because like, we've got ideas on stuff to do already. Like, if I were to go over and visit, and the three of us actually did meet up. Oh, I've been sat down for too long. Visiting Landy and Sim, or up at Oakfield and Cobra. I mean, to be fair, if I went and visited Landy and Sim, we might as well just turn it into a massive meetup and have half the damn community there. But in secret, so none of the subscribers can come along and be like, oh. Zidronus Lapith, I think is how you pronounce that. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. If I do that, then I can stream from there. Off his PC, no thanks. He'll probably hit me very hard if I tried that. Is Landy not American? No, he's English. He lives in England. He wants to move to Canada, and he's planning a move to Canada. Hopefully for him within the next year or so. Or 2 years. Also, Farm Sim Canada Cobra. That would be amazing. Am I using the graphics mod? I'm using Reshade, if that's what you mean. It's one of the very few shader sets that I will actually accept as being okay. Because it's not overbearing. Also, I have swapped to mouse and keyboard because I was getting a bit uncomfortable with the wheel. That's the point. Oh, thanks, Blackout! Yeah, we need to start nagging Oxygendavid to get that damn headset so we can come on TeamSpeak. Yeah, everybody other than us who wanted to come paid like £5,000. We'd all be very rich people. Is Reshade the one Chris Buckley had? Gareth, I'm gonna come clean with you here. I have no idea who you're talking about, so I can't answer. See you for real, Michael. Enjoy the rest of your day, dude. Here we go. We've got the clicky going. And the funny thing is, I'm not really abusing my keyboard. This is just the sound that it makes. Gotta love them blue switches, yo. Hey, Jason. I'm doing good. Doing good. Having a good day. Just enjoying myself. A bit hungry now, though. I mean, it is coming up to dinner time, so I am getting a bit hungry. I might have a digestive biscuit in a second. Because there's 2 digestives sat on my mouse pad right now, and I'm just looking at them like, they look delicious right now. Digestive biscuits. A delicious snack that doesn't make you overly fat. Especially chocolate. Well, chocolate digestives maybe, but I mean, it's chocolate. Everybody in the east of Ireland ready for Snow Volume 2 this weekend, by the way? What am I having for dinner? Last I heard it was chips and sausages, but the plan might and probably have changed. Some chocolate Oaties from Aldi. I don't think I've had that. I had the fake mini eggs that Aldi has, which are actually delicious. No biscuit talk. So me holding up this delicious chocolate digestive wouldn't help at all with you, would it? I mean, this wouldn't help. That's probably not a good idea either, is it? You know, just munching away in a chocolate digestive. Aldi do fantastic stuff. I genuinely believe the Aldi and Lidl stuff is amazing quality. Every bit as good as a brand name. What's the price of compost? Well, I've halved it from what it usually is on Oakfield. This isn't the full update, but this is just my hoopty kind of half update, and it is currently set at €810 per ton. It's creeping its way back up. It was at a low of almost 200. You're gonna eat so much cake when your fundraiser is over. Yeah, people laugh at Aldi and Lidl because it's so cheap, but I mean, the quality's there. It's quite often better than, like what you said, what you get in Tesco or somewhere else. That wasn't a JCB, Gareth. That was actually an excavator. How did I change my menu background? What, to be see-through? That's something Reshade does, which is kind of interesting. Am I a rich man? No. Unless you mean in game, in which case, yes, I wish I had this much money in real life. The game does not want to load some... I've heard people having problems with that, where they try and buy... I'm not entirely sure how it's caused, but like there's a weird issue with the Ropa DLC claiming you don't have a legit game key or something. From the compost, yeah. Except I'm probably going to throw this all on fields. Thing is like we get almost everything here from Aldi because literally if we want to go shopping now at Aldi, there's one down at the bottom of the road. So like I'm pretty sure the drum of water I have is from Aldi because I like mineral water as opposed to tap water. I know it's the same thing, but the mineral water tastes better because of the plastic. And like, it just makes sense to buy it as cheaply as you can. But no, because Gav had problems as well, Bill. Gav had problems with the Ropa DLC. Like, people who have legit copies have been saying that it's been flagging up their FS17 as pirated for some reason. What tractor is this, New Holland? This is the T6 Tier 4A pack that's on the Mod Hub. With an MR XML. I apologise for the munching, but I am genuinely hungry, and a chocolate digestive biscuit is delicious. Also, it annoys with you, which is an added bonus. It's a lot easier to have like a chocolate digestive as a single snack than to... Yeah, ignore the whales coming from Wishy's corner of the chat room, guys. You have the same problem with straw add-on. She's just jealous because I've got chocolate digestives and she doesn't. By the way, Witchy, if you want to share the donation link, feel free. Because Witchy is actually off chocolate and biscuits and cakes and stuff like that for charity at the moment. She's doing it for the British Heart Foundation. And while I'm making fun of her, I'm 100% behind her. I wish I had some money that I could give towards the charity. And if Witchy wants to share her donation link, then she can feel free. As a bit of an apology. If not, you should maybe donate to the British Heart Foundation anyway. Or if you're a fan of Stephen Hawking, you should maybe think about donating to your local motor neuron foundation. Without them, you would probably never have got that wheelchair and the voice synthesizer. I've known somebody else with motor neuron. They did wonderful things to help his family out while he was suffering from it as well. It's a charity that I'm always going to be behind, much like breast cancer awareness, Heart Foundation as well. So many good charities out there. Should, if you got the money, donate to charity. Donate to one that you trust. There you go. There's Richie's fundraising link. You're close, Jason. Close, but no cigar. Phil's just here because he likes making fun of me. Come on, nudge it forward. This is going to be... I'm really glad that I set quite a large shed aside for the compost. That's going to be quite a lot of compost when it's done. I need to... You've been in all day. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't help. Need to get the rest of the grass into the compost master now. Let's get the completely sane lawnmower over there. Come on. There we go, vague straight line. Maybe this thing would do better if I had four-wheel drive and diff locks on. Yes, it kind of does. So if you got this thing with rear-wheel drive only with drive control, it just drifts everywhere. That's kind of interesting. Ignore how perfectly realistic this mod is, by the way. You just look at the pure realism of this mod. Nothing but realism right here. Oh, is that full? Come on, just take 466 more liters. Hey, Massey. There we go, we can continue emptying now. Do I have... Oh, I don't have my cheating conveyor anymore. Let's do this as people have requested with some conveyors. Because it might well be a bit quicker. I can definitely get a bit more range that way. Conveyors... There we go. You can be reset. I'm gonna drive these over from the reset point because it's just up over there. I can drive through the magic hedges. Away we go! How's Dave? Dave is good. Where did I get the Compost Master? It's on Marhu's website, marhu.net, and it is a placeable. Now I have tweaked it a bit to do something that I wanted to do, which is not spread insanely slowly. So I've actually made it less OP than it is by default. Which is kind of comical. Usually, like, people edit stuff to be more OP because it's easier. But no, I've crippled it, basically. Because I didn't like how it worked. Does this thing have... This thing doesn't have four-wheel drive, ironically. Or strangely enough. But I think I can... Yes, I can jiggle it free by... using what would normally be the tow bar. Except for right now I've got it stuck. Kinda stuck. Hey, we're free again. Tired this time? Well, it's just driving over here. It doesn't have four wheels. I mean, technically you're right. It would only ever be a three-wheel drive. Hey, did you send me a message on Facebook while I'm streaming? Yes, you did. You did. Okay, that's the last you'll see of the biscuits. Just that vision of love. How amazing would that be? Just a parade of conveyor belts going around the map. Not even doing anything of use, just parading for the sake of it. Okay, now we need to get the second conveyor. This one should, in theory, be a bit easier to move around. I think this one does have... No, this one doesn't have four-wheel drive. Away we go. Actually, this one's going to be more difficult because I got to bring it the long way. This one I'm just going to TARDIS. To here. I've not looked at any of the maps yet. Intentionally. 92 or not? Why would he do that? Like, that's just trolling people if there's a level crossing. This is what the inside of a conveyor belt looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Gav posted the video. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that after the stream then. You're gonna grab the compost off the thingy. There we go. We're going maximum efficiency. Maximum efficiency overdrive. How did I teleport? TARDIS teleport mod. It is one of the greatest mods for FS17. Especially for idiots like me who like getting stuck in things. There we... This is gonna be one of these things where it goes well for all 5 minutes and... Oh, how. Forgot you could do this with the conveyors. Come on, we're going on an adventure, little conveyor. Look at the speed of this. The outright massive speed. Did I enjoy my biscuit? It was a very nice biscuit indeed. It's at least made me not feel hungry anymore. Which was the point of eating the biscuit. Other than annoying Witchy, the point was so I didn't feel too hungry. So it succeeded in what it was aimed to do. So that should now be good. I've got a bit stuck in the conveyor there, or in the bucket of the wheel loader for a second, which wasn't necessarily the best thing I ever did. Hey, Draft! So that's gonna do that. Now we can get the trailer over and start moving the compost fairly quickly, I think. Hopefully, maybe. Why is this not working? I have to keep nudging it ever so slightly forwards for it to actually work. So apologies for the clicking. This is the only way the conveyor is actually going to work. However, the trailer's full. Sounds like this, I wish the bloomin' arrow mouse worked. Ooh, I've been on 5 times time acceleration for a little while, it seems. I wish the arrow mouse worked at times like this, because, I mean, it'd be so much easier to just have the arrow mouse in there blasting through this than doing it this way. How much would I need to do the thing I want to do next? Can you fill buckets under the conveyor? Yes, you can. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can. There is actually a conveyor that I need to get from... I think it's on Maru's website as well. That works a bit better. That's just kind of into a magic pile in the middle of all that, hasn't it? But there is something else I can do that can be turned off. That is rent. Because I'm not going to buy it. Yeah, I'm going to rent this. And reset it from the shop. Come on, hop in. It's a bad design for the conveyor. It's not the conveyor's fault. It's the fault of the mod. I actually need to get an auto-load conveyor, believe it or not, to have that work correctly. So it's the fault of the compost master, so don't blame Giants. It's the mod's fault. It's Farmer Andy's fault. Blame Farmer Andy. Please get up the hill. Is it worth buying the Ropa DLC? If you're not mistaken, the Republic mod released 2 Ropa machines on the official Farm Sim website. Here's the thing about Ropa and what was released on Giants Mod Hub. And I'm going to say the exact same thing Giants did, for once. With the Ropa DLC, you get a guaranteed quality. You get Giants quality equipment. With a mod, even on the Mod Hub, it's a bit of a crapshoot at times. Because there have been mods that I downloaded off the mod hub that just didn't work as they were supposed to. So I think you're better off getting the DLC if you want robot equipment over stuff that's maybe just reskins of the Holmer equipment, as I've seen on Mod Hoster the last couple of days. Which, by the way, is one of the reasons that I'll advise you to not use Mod Hoster, because they don't test anything. They'll let literally anybody to upload literally anything, which is why I've got 2 mods up there. Or 3, or however many I've got up there. Yeah, they're just really basic reskins of the in-game equipment. So let's get this potato harvest finally done properly. In a decent time frame. If you're enjoying the stream, by the way, hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. I'm trying to get 10,000 subscribers this year. My stretch goal is 10,000 by the summer, which would be fun, but I don't think it's going to happen. You've heard of people having issues. I have the DLC, I've not had an issue. If you do have an issue with it, it's probably something to do with your game installation. That there's something wonky in your game install, and if you're on Steam, it's just a case of verifying the integrity of your cache. If you got a download copy or a disk copy, just reinstall the game and it'll probably solve any problems. How many subs did I get last year? 3,000 and something. I can look it up if you really want to know the number, Adiboo. I can get an exact number. But my goal for this year is 10,000 subscribers minimum. Are you late? Yes and no. You're late, but I'm not finished yet, so not like you're not late. What will I be doing tomorrow? Sleeping. I will probably be doing this. I'll be probably finishing off the potato harvest, because this does need to be done. As much as people hate looking at root crop stuff, because it is, let's be fair, insanely slow, and you know, nobody really likes the root crops. They're unloved. It's a bit of a shame, because the root crop equipment, I think, is some of the most interesting in the game. Especially the bigger equipment like this. I mean, there's no combine like this for pretty much anything else other than root crops. And comically, potatoes are probably the best crop to grow. I'm going to give you some gameplay advice. Potatoes are probably the best crop you can grow on Farm Sim, because you can plant your harvested potatoes again. You can throw potatoes you've harvested into the seeder, into the planter, and it will seed them. Did I download the Zerion? Maybe. Game thinks I'm harvesting straw. No, it doesn't. That is New Holland T7, which has a straw blower on the back at the moment. It says I'm harvesting potatoes. Oh, it does say straw! Why does Game Extension think this is straw? The potato equipment is different. I mean, yes, it's slow, but it is different. I like the root crop stuff, because it's a break from the monotony, which then becomes monotonous. But yeah, it's just something a little different. Something you don't use, or not many people use much. The Grimmett GT 170. Jason, you're insane if you use the little Grimmett GT. Because I was using the rope potato harvester and it takes so long. There's only so much patience a man can have. Not on Oakfield. Okay. Because even this field, you're better off getting the self-propelled equipment for root crops, just because it's so huge in terms of root crops. Like for normal crops, it's teeny tiny little fart of a field. Farmer near you in the Netherlands use Little Grima. Most of the farmers in Ireland and the UK will use the smaller equipment. It's very rare to see stuff like this about. I know that sugar beets in Ireland, way back in the day when they were grown regularly, was like 1 and 2 row harvesters for the most part. So, you know, this is probably an unrealistically large piece of equipment for the area and for Oakfield, but for my sanity and probably your guys' sanity, this is probably the best option right now. Beep. Come on. You can do it, Grimmer. The Netherlands farmers hire contractors that have bigger harvesters. Yeah, in Ireland, back in the sugar beet days, people used to buy little ones like Armour Salmons and whatnot. Or I have seen some homemade ones where they figured out what needed to be done to the crop and just made one themselves. See you, Mossy. Because the point of farming in Ireland isn't to get the most crop out, it's to get the most crop out as cheaply as you possibly can. So some farmers will just build their own equipment at times. Oh, Oxygendavid put it on Facebook, Jason. There's a place name you need to Google. Is it Seven Springs in Gloucestershire? That rings a bell with me for some reason. It's on Oxy's Facebook page for sure. As for looking it up on Google Earth, where do you think the PDA is from? Seven Springs. Hey, I was right. I was right for once about something. I would actually open up that Google Maps link myself and have a gander after the stream. So I'm out of game at the moment. Being cheeky. You streaming at 7, Landy? Because if so, you should probably be getting ready to start up sometime soon. You're farming some DIY sketchy equipment. Yeah. Tends to be a thing on small farms, is like you'll... Because you don't have massive swathes of land to make big equipment viable, you'll just use small sketchy stuff. You're running behind. Did you by any chance get distracted by a certain roleplay server you've been on a lot recently? It's quite awesome. A moderated map of this area, it's almost identical. Yeah. Spoiler for those of you that didn't already know this, Bill's going to be remaking Cobra from scratch at a 1-to-1 scale. No? Oh, was it the video you were recording has gone a bit awry and taken up time? Why did that happen? I'm just going to unload the spuds here. I'll figure out the problems later. Distinct lack of motivation. Yeah. That was my problem last night. Preface 19. Yes, Seam. So there will be a brand new cold brew. With a new scale. Because the one currently is, I think, we're working on a bit of a wonky scale. There we go. I realised, of course, that I will have to get conveyors to pick up the potatoes, by the way. But I've made a nice potato pyramid. The Great Spud Pyramid of Oakfield. Has just been crushed by the Grimitectron. What happened to Skeleton Farm? I honestly have no idea, Jason. Is Beat worth doing for BJ extension? I don't know. I know that in the old BJ extension in FS15 you could throw sugar beet into your silage and actually make TMR out of it, which that was very much worth doing. This is a pretty cool camera angle. If I take the HUD down, it looks pretty sweet. I now have no idea how well I'm harvesting. Let me know when Landy's on countdown, by the way, guys. And today's Friday. It was silo extension. Oh, maybe it was. I always thought it was BJ extension did that. But now that you mention it, yeah, there was a separate mod just for the silos, wasn't there? And speaking of mods, could the moderators, Matthew, I'm presuming you're here, or any mods that want to spam something? Thought it was Saturday today. Nope, it's Friday. Legitimately just had to double check. Could the mods, if they want to spam something, grab today's video link for me, please? Because I haven't checked the views on it yet, and I don't even know if it's monetized, because hooray YouTube, for randomly demonetizing everything under the sun. You can spam your sponsor page. No. I prefer if you spam today's video. I need to double check if it's monetized, because if it's not, expect me to just groan in a second. Why is my internet so slow with downloading pages? Am I doing anything for Paddy's weekend? I'll be watching the rugby tomorrow, that's for sure. And the stream may be delayed as a result. Today's video is monetized! Hooray! Yes, I didn't mean spam it now. Like, let me know when Landy's on countdown. And actually, it is 7 o'clock. So yeah, spam away! I am going to leave you by saying, as I grab the link myself, because I'm wonderful, narrate, and organized like that. Hello. No, pause. I'm going to leave you by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Oakfield Farm. Hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Watch today's video as well. We'll be back tomorrow with more farm sim, most likely. I won't be covering the Mod Mania maps until after the competition has ended, because I don't think it'd be fair if I was covering them and being one of the judges at the same time. So I'm going to be completely neutral and just avoid them for a little bit publicly. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.